Hey there, welcome to day 213 of our Get Your Goals Annual Challenge. We are switching gears today. It's a new month. Happy August. We are focusing on the life framework area of communication starting today for this entire month. I use a 9-part and have for since actually 7 parts since the mid to late 1980s. I've used a 7-part life framework to kind of organize my life and take some of the chaos and mystery out of setting goals and organizing my life and just making it click and work a little bit better for me. And then following the pandemic, which was a crazy time for everyone, including me, a time of massive change, global change, not all for the good, not all for the bad, right? It depends what we take away from that experience. And I choose to take the good away and just throw away the bad and let it go. So in 2021, I joined a coaching program and was part of that for a year plus, and it focused on our core skills that apply to every area and aspect of our life and make it better. One of those is, of course, communication. Another one was confidence. And there were other core skills as well, but those are the 2 that I added to my life framework. And since 2021 now, I've used a 9-part life framework: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, and then I added communication and confidence. So we're going to talk about communication this month, and we start off by understanding, and we're going to be focusing on our communication goals since it's the Get Your Goals Annual Challenge, and we're doing one thing every day to get what we want. We want to get our communication goals. Well, first, we have to define what it is that we want. What does healthy communication and communication well-being and good communication even look like to us? What does it feel like? What does it look like? What does it sound like? Because communication comes in a lot of different forms. So let me take a peek here at some of my notes, and then I'm going to share an exercise, a tool we're going to use today, and I call it the Strengths Improvement Areas Unknown or Question Mark tool. And I'll talk about that in detail and give some examples of my communication. And we're going to use that tool to help us really identify what healthy communication, the vision of it, looks like for us. We have to define what it is that we want before we can do any goal setting. So health refers to, of course, the quality and effectiveness of our communication health. Verbal, nonverbal interactions, they allow us to get to know ourselves better, to express ourselves, and they allow us an opportunity to understand other people as well. And we're just coming off a month of discussing relationships, and we know how important communication can be in our relationships. Strong communication skills are the foundation that promote healthy relationships, boost confidence, and foster emotional intelligence. And don't we all want to be more emotionally intelligent? Well, some of us do, not everybody. Some people just want to be whatever they want to be, and they don't care if they're improving or not. But I'm one of those people, though, and I imagine you are too, if you're doing an annual challenge with me, that is always looking to be a better version of ourselves. We're on a path of lifelong learning and continuous improvement, whether you call it that or not. So we're going to go through some of the similar processes that we have in the past months in the different areas and aspects of the life framework we've talked about. We're going to identify our goals, and in order to do that, we're going to have to self-reflect, right? We're going to have to think a little bit about how we behaved in the past, how that's worked out for us, how we're behaving in the present with respect to communication, how that's working out for us, and what are our current habits? Are they serving us? We'll keep doing those. If they're not, maybe we need to change some of those. I am on a lifelong journey to improve my listening skills. I'm from a family of talkers, and we tend to all talk at the same time. If you go to one of our family events, and you're not in our family, it's often overwhelming because the volume, as more people come into the situation, just goes up exponentially. So sometimes we have loud family events. Not in a negative way, we're just all loud, finishing each other's sentences and talking over one another. So you can imagine what I'm looking at, and our action item today is to use this strengths improvement areas. Most people say weaknesses, but I say improvement areas, because who's to decide if it's a weakness or not? You get to decide. Other people can decide, but it doesn't really matter what they think. It only matters what you think. So I like to say improvement areas because I think it takes a more positive spin, and it proves to us that it's possible to change something that other people, or that we consider that we're not awesome at, or ultimate, or we're not, that's not a weakness for us. And then unknown are things that come up with respect to communication skills that we never even thought about before. Do you ever have one of those aha moments that say, oh my God, I'm a terrible listener? Or, oh my God, I just had that conversation. I had no idea what that person was talking about because my mind was off wandering somewhere else. So this activity is just, I like to do a lot of writing things down and thinking about them and jotting down notes, just a couple of key words to help me categorize and think about complex topics. And setting goals, yeah, whatever anybody says, it's easy for some people, it's a complex topic for many of us. So I like to have tools in my toolbox that I can use whenever I want to simplify or understand something better. And the strengths, improvement areas, unknown is a way to categorize a whole lot of information. Communication skills, there's a whole lot of different communication skills we want to develop and that we have developed over the course of our lifetime. My 2-year-old granddaughter is just learning to talk and verbalize. She's understood things for a long time, but now she's putting it into words and singing and sentences, and it's amazing and so fun to watch that process unfold. So how do we do this? And here I just jotted down a couple of examples, yes, from my life and my communication health. I want to assess my personal communication health right now as well. So what are some of the strengths that I have with respect to communication? Well, I like to think I can speak. I trip over my tongue like everybody else, but I can speak. PS is public speaking. Video, I've done literally thousands and thousands of videos in the last few years. Social media, I do a lot on social media. And then writing. Now, I'm sure there's more, and I'm sure that all of those, you'll notice I put continuous improvement on the bottom because I know, like everything else, I need to get better at those things. I think I'm pretty good at those things right now, but there's always a lot of room for improvement. Then I put for improvement areas, listening, because that's one of those things that I know I need to always be a better, more active listener. And then body language. I need to work on my body language and on my poker face. I don't have a very good poker face. People tell me what I'm thinking shows up on my face all the time. So that, and then unknown. I don't know what I don't know about communication right now, but I'm going to find out over the course of this month. So I decide if the unknown is something I need to work on and put in my improvement area category, or if it's something I'm already pretty good at, or if it's something that, since I'm not aware of it and it was unknown before, maybe it's not even relevant and I'm not going to do anything with it at all. So what's our action item today? Think about communication, communication goals. What does healthy communication, what does good communication look like to you? Because your definition is the most important definition as we go through this month on communication goals. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, there'll be a write-up in Guide 17 of the Get Up and Go Challenge private Facebook group. And if you have any questions, you can always ask. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow for another communication goals topic. Have an amazing day.